Hello everyone, welcome back to Isadora. It's really good to be back. So I'm doing this session in the car because well, I've had a lot to do today, and if I have to go and set up a camera, you can be rest assured I will probably end up not doing it. So I just thought, okay, you know what, as it comes to my head, I like to put out the video. So I thought put it out as soon as possible. Like I said, it was just when I was driving, and I kind of put this together in my head, so it might be a bit all over the place, but I mean, let's talk about it. Today I wanted to talk about women. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you all had a really great Easter. I know I did. Anyway, so like I said, today we're going to be talking about women, and the reason what prompted this video was actually because on my street, right, I don't want to talk too fast. On my street, it's being fixed, like a bit of construction work. So yesterday, as I was getting to the house, I saw, like, there were 4 cars in front of me, like, and 2 cars behind. The first 2 cars were driven by men, and the third car was a woman, then a man, then myself, and 2 other people. So as we got on that street and we were trying to maneuver through, the workers from the construction company, when the 2 men got out, they were really helpful towards them. They were helping them move things. They were helping them place this here, place that. Do you understand? They were helping them see the best way to maneuver. And then when it got to the turn of the woman, they kind of just ignored her, which was a bit weird. So she got really upset and got out of her car, and she was, complaining and everything. And, I realized they weren't being fair. Do you understand? And I was almost at my, entrance. So, but there was no way through. So I had to get out of the car, and I spoke to the woman, and, she was being really unfairly treated. Then I realized it was a woman thing. It wasn't just her. So I was trying to have a conversation with them, and these workers just totally ignored us. Helpful towards the men, totally ignored the women. And this was me going off my head and shouting and shouting. I totally went out of character, I know. But the more I shouted, the more stupid I actually felt. Why? Because half of them totally ignored us completely. The other half were kind of like laughing and calling us choice words, like all this like disrespectful men would call women like hoes and sluts. Oh, this one. And then one of them ended up saying, you know what, if you're not okay with it, go and call your husband, or something funny like that. Honestly, at this point, I was looking for the company to report them to. I was looking for, but even as I fumed and I eventually got into the house, I realized something struck me, and that was that it wasn't even their fault. Seriously, I can't even blame them, because see, I try to be logical about things, right? I know they had no right to do what they did, but it wasn't really them. It's a societal thing. It's a woman thing. And it's not the men, it's the women. We women somehow have dropped our values. You understand? The feminine gene has been watered down so much that it's like a dime a dozen. Look at that guy, for instance. If he has some loose change, he can pick up his phone, call up a girl, tell her, oh, I have this money, or whatever. Do you understand? And she would even offer to bring a friend to spend the night. Do you understand? If he's generous enough, she'll bring more friends. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is, it's we female that downplayed ourselves so much that a lot of men have become, not all men, don't get me wrong, please, and not all females, I'm just saying, I'm generalizing here. So that a lot of men have downplayed us so much. Without maybe a man beside you, or a husband, or whatever, you are deemed as almost nothing in the society. When the funny thing is, the women are the price. We women, I'm not saying this because I'm a woman, because it's the truth. The women are the price. The women are the jewels. The women are the goals. Do you understand? Yet, somehow we've convinced ourselves that we're less. It was so much less, and we've downplayed ourselves. When in fact, we birth as women this knucklehead men. We birth them. Do you understand? So really and truly, I don't understand why then are we a slave to them? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about no feminist stuff. Do you understand? This is not about feminism. I am no feminist. I like to be a submissive woman to my man. I'm no feminist. Now, Mostly because a lot of people have that word feminism has been misconstrued to something else. Do you understand? Now it means, oh well, equals, it's about bashing men, disrespecting men, do this men, we hate men, we're women, we're this. No. When what feminism really is it's like a feminist fight for the rights of women. Do you understand? That women are not of a lower class, where, do you understand, where also maybe not equal genders. Do you understand? But because for me, I don't feel there's any equality, to be honest, and I'll break it down. Do you understand? But as women, we also have rights in the society. We have a voice in the society, and it's basically respecting yourself as a woman. That's what feminism means. Respecting yourself, knowing your rights, you understand, and being able to stand up for yourself, not being disrespectful towards men. I am not a feminist. However, I like to be submissive, but not a doormat. Do you understand? Being a doormat is that you will take any and everything a man does to you. He will shit on you, walk over you, whatever. You will take it. Being submissive is respecting your man. Do you understand? Loving and respecting your man, and trusting this man enough to let him lead your home, to let him be the leader, the head of the home. Do you understand? That's what being submissive is. And as a woman, your role is to stand beside him. You know how they say, like, behind every successful man is a woman? Do you understand? Stand beside him and be his helpmate, help him, guide him, do you understand, towards making the right decisions. That's your role. I want to be that. I don't want to be the man. You be the head. Do you understand? I don't mind doing the guiding. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, you know, the women are the prize. They say behind every successful man is a woman. Why? Because a woman is a womb man, a man with a womb. Do you understand? And like I was saying, women are too powerful. Everything about a woman is absolute power. Our hair is power. Our touch is power. Our look, power. Our intuition, power. Your coochie is power. Do you understand? Now, that has been downplayed to use what you have to get what you want. No. And then people go around popping their coochie to the highest bidder and for whatever amount of money. I get it. Look, no judgment. I'm just here being as honest as I possibly can. Do you understand? I get that. The issue I have with that is that whatever the highest bidder is paying, is giving you for popping your coochie, is a fraction of what you're actually worth. He probably knows that, you just don't. It's a fraction of what you're worth. It's a fraction of what, if you know the value of that coochie, you will be able to pull in 10 times that abundance, 10 times whatever it is giving you. You can do that by yourself if you know the value of that coochie. Why? That coochie is connected to your womb. Your womb is your intuition as a woman. And that's part of the reasons why they say behind every successful man is a woman, because whatever he wants to do, whatever step he wants to take, he's discussing it with his woman and she's guiding him accordingly with her intuition. You know how they say women, we have the sixth sense. It's the womb. Do you understand? And then you see a lot of women going, that guy, he's so buff, he's so fit, he shifted my womb. Congratulations. Hopefully he didn't shift your brain. Do you understand? Because what he has shifted is your power. And somehow you think 10 minutes of enjoyment is worth that power. It's not. Even the prayer of a woman is one of the most powerful things. I don't know, there's this book by Cindy, I can't remember, The Power of a Praying Woman. A praying woman is one of the most powerful beings that you can ever come across. Now, I don't want to use the word prayer because, like I always say, I try to not to put too much, include too much religion in it. So I'm going to say a high vibrational woman. Let me put that aside. A high vibrational woman knows her worth. But let me put that aside for a second. Have you ever been to the backstage of like a high-end fashion show? I don't know if you've ever been. When I say high-end, I'm talking about like London Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, like designers like Yves Saint Laurent or Hermès Joldo or major designers, Vera Wang, whatever it is. If you've been to the backstage of a really high you know, high-end fashion show, like a Paris Fashion Week or something, when you're as a guest, you see all this absolutely gorgeous, statuesque looking women walking down the runway in absolutely amazing dresses. However, the backstage is not like that. It's absolutely chaotic. Most of these women, they're throwing clothes at themselves. You walk down the runway, you go back. I know that because at a very younger age, at a younger age, I used to model, but just what's it called, for wedding dresses. And I wasn't a runway model because you need height for that. I'm not as tall. So I wasn't a runway model. I was like a, what they call it, like a picture model or whatever it is. So yeah, but for wedding dresses, the backstage of a fashion show is absolute chaos. So chaotic. You just see people running around. Half of the girls are naked. Now men are walking past and everything. They're not necessarily looking at them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying after the show they might not or be romantically involved with some of them. That's not what I'm saying. But you see, at that point, what those men are seeing, even when they see naked bodies of all these models and everything, is dollar signs. They don't regard them in that moment as human per se. They're marketing tools. Do you understand? They're marketing tools that are about to pull in millions. Women are absolutely powerful. I am telling you. And we have so watered that down because we don't even know our power. That's the funny thing. So these men are seeing dollar signs and whatnot, and these women just, you know, they know how much they're getting paid, so it's okay. We can walk around naked. It's not them, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's the nature of the job. People are throwing clothes at you, you're changing you. Nobody's really thinking about it per se because it's absolutely chaotic. But what I was trying to say is, a high vibrational woman knows her worth. She knows that everything about her is power, especially her coochie. So she takes it very seriously. She doesn't go around popping it to the highest bidder. Why? A man that is very sensitive knows that the easiest way to pull in abundance is through a woman. It's through sleeping with a woman. Believe it or not. A very sensitive, not all men, I'm just saying. A man that is really sensitive understands this because it's the highest form of manifestation. Now, it's a whole new topic on its own. It's a whole other topic on its own. But what I'm saying is, see, okay, but let me use this as an example, right? You know how, as a man, you sleep with some women and you get a contract the next day. All the people owing you start to pay you. Things start to work great for you. Everything starts to go really, really well. And then there's some women you sleep with and everything goes bad. So that's like a bad coochie. You know, so you see women literally fighting other women over men. Planning all sorts of atrocities over men. Nah, it should be the other way around. They should be fighting for you if you know your value. So it's so funny how things that seem so good have somehow turned around. Do you understand? To be bad. Now, when a woman is being respectful of herself, people are like, who does she think she is? She thinks and it's women that will do that. It's mostly women. It's mostly other women that say, well, who does she think she is? Like, make it make sense. You go out of your way as a woman and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a bag, right? And then after you buy this bag, you worship it. It must not touch the floor. You put it in a very nice section of your closet or whatever it is. You hang it up. You do this, you do that. Yet somehow to get that bag, you put yourself on the floor. Make it make sense. Do you understand? How did you put yourself on the floor? To get that bag, you were probably insulted, probably ignored, probably, you know, abused. Not necessarily physically abused, maybe mentally abused, maybe emotionally abused, whatever it is. Probably we are probably treated like trash to get the money to get that bag. Now you've bought that bag and you place more value on a bag than even yourself. Make it make sense. So now, like, that's why I said it's not even the men, it's the women, right? You go out of your way, you take everything from a man just to give you the money or whatever it is. I'm not saying everyone, I'm just making an example. To give you the money to get this bag, then you get the bag and you place more value. You don't place the bag on the floor, but you are on the floor trying to get the bag, and then you get the bag and then you place it on a shelf. Make it make sense. Where's the value of a woman? Where's the sense of a woman? Where's that joy of what makes us women? You know, I mean, I don't know if this video makes a lot of sense, but what happened yesterday, I mean, it taught me a big lesson, like how women have been devalued so much in a society. Now it's like it's a man's world, when it's really not. We birth this men. Why are we a slave to them? Why is it life and death for us to get a man? Why? Because if you value yourself as a woman, if you do for yourself what you think only a man can do for you, then you become high commodity that all these men, the one you're chasing after, start to chase after you. And that's how it works. But anyway, like I said, I don't know if this video makes a lot of sense, but I just had to put something out because it's scary to see how women are devalued on a daily basis, to the extent that even workers can't help women, because as far as they're concerned, these ones are just, what are they saying? They're just women. Do you understand? And that's how a lot of men look at women these days. When they're women in power, they're women doing very well for themselves, but the people downplaying women are women. Sisters, we can do better. We can do so much better. We're absolute walking powerhouse, but we don't know it, and we won't know it until we start to raise our vibrations. Anyway, I do love you all. Like I said, I don't know if it makes a lot of sense. It's really here and there, but I just had to put something out. I mean, I had it all in my head when when I was driving, but now I parked the car and I quickly set up a camera to shoot a video, and it's all over the place. But I do hope I was able to pass a bit of message, or it makes a bit of sense. I love you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. Namaste. Love you. Stay blessed.